What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and we are back with another video. And today we have a bodybuilding news video for you guys discussing Nick Walker at 25 years of age, looking pro ready. Absolutely insane. 5 weeks out of a North Americans where he's going to attempt to get his IFBB Pro card after coming so close last year. The New York Pro changing the venue and also the state that it's actually going to be in. It's not going to be in New York. Find out where it's actually going to be. We've got a guy competing in that show, Patrick Moore. We've got an update photo from him. Also, a little bit of news on where I appeared with an interview just recently on muscular development. So we've got all that plus much more coming up in this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. What's up, Desktopers? Now, before we get into this video, I want to encourage you guys, if you like and appreciate this content, please give this video a thumbs up and smash that like button. Also, subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way, you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills, at Desktop Bodybuilding. We've got bodybuilding news, contest previews and predictions, contest reviews, interviews, plus much more. So make sure you do subscribe. But let's get into this one. So we've got 4 bodybuilding news stories. The New York Pro has been moved. Now, this is a surprising one because the New York Pro isn't actually going to be in New York. It's going to be in Tampa, Florida, where obviously we just have a Tampa Pro over the weekend. It's going to be on the 5th of September, so we're about a month or a little under a month out right now. And it's going to be a good one because we've got all the bodybuilding divisions basically. I know there's women's bodybuilding, which is being supported by the Wings of Strength crew with Jake Wood, who's putting just obviously a ton of money into bodybuilding right now and really supporting it through these tough times. So shout out to Jake Wood. But this is going to be an interesting one. So basically got posted up on the Bev's gym page, which is Steve Weinberger and Bev Francis, I believe, own that gym. And Steve Weinberg actually put out a video on the NPC News Online YouTube channel. So I'll play that right now for you guys.
Hi everyone, Steve Weinberger here with news about the New York Pro. This year we're moving into Tampa on September 5th, the same date we were going to have it. And it's going to be a live feed. Hope you guys can make it down. If not, watch the live feed. For any other questions or information, go to npcnewsonline.com. Hope to see you all there.
So there it is, directly from Steve Weinberger, the promoter of the New York Pro. And I think it's a good move if it was at risk of being called off. Now, the Tampa Pro over the weekend just gone, I actually had a friend there, Michael Galley, and he actually mentioned that the show was almost called off in Tampa. So I assume there's obviously no way it was going to go ahead in New York. We saw it was actually able to go ahead in Tampa. I know it's a little bit less strict in Florida in terms of what the governor allows there. So maybe that's the reason for doing it, I assume. But I hope and pray that it all goes ahead really well, and maybe Tim Gardner's got a little bit to do behind that New York Pro now as well, helping out and knowing exactly what to do to get the show to actually happen. So I'm not sure if it's going to be at the same venue or not, but I'm very, very excited for the New York Pro and what's going to go down at that show. And many people are saying that's the actual next show on the docket. It's actually not. We've got the Monsters In Pro in just 2 weeks' time, but obviously this is the next show in the United States. And another guy that's actually competing in that show, Patrick Moore, as far as I understand, at least anyway. There's a talk about him potentially doing the Tampa show, but he really just wasn't quite ready. He needed that extra month or so to get, as sharp as possible and bring his very best. And after the Arnold Classic earlier this year, he doesn't want to bring another version of himself that isn't quite 100% filled out and as hard as possible. So I think it's a good move for Patrick to skip that Tampa show and then do New York. And I think it's going to be a good lineup. I think you're going to have, Patrick Moore, and there's going to be a bunch of other guys we see jump into this show. Probably a lot of guys that we actually saw, do the Tampa Pro that didn't qualify for the Olympia that might be looking for that qualification. And I hope Ian Valliere goes on and does that show. Maybe Quentin Araya, a whole bunch of guys. And this lineup could be, supersede what we saw in Tampa. And I'm very, very excited for that. Now, Nick Walker, I've actually featured him on the channel several times before, primarily last year when he was gunning to get his pro card. Everyone thought he was going to get his pro card. He was actually beaten out by Zach Merkel in a very, very close decision, a controversial decision in some people's minds, but Zach Merkel was very, very good, and I think it's, very underrated, and I can't wait to see him actually make his pro debut. But Nick Walker at 5 weeks out of the North Americans is looking insane. Look at this front double bicep picture where he's just gone to the next level. Like, his arms are stupidly big. He's got the abs that are really, really big, so it's not like he has like an 8-pack like some guys, but they're really, really deep. So when I actually saw the photos last year compared to Zach Merkel, his abs looked way more impactful with that front double bicep pose and a bunch of other poses. So Nick Walker has a lot of strengths. He's absolutely enormous, crazy big, and when you see these videos and the photos that he's put up recently, he looks like he's just bursting full while he's still shredded. So Nick Walker looks like the guy to beat at the North Americans for that overall, and I think that my prediction is that he'll take that out, and I hope that he actually goes on and competes in 2020, because this is an opportunity for him to actually get to the Olympia stage, because we're going to see less guys competing in these shows. Some guys obviously are overseas but can't actually make it to the US. So I hope Nick Walker actually gets his pro card, competes, and tries to make it to the 2020 Olympia at just 25 years of age. That would be a massive accomplishment. But obviously first, he needs to tick off getting that pro card, and I think he'll do it. So let me know in the comments if you think Nick Walker will get his pro card, and do you think he can actually make it to the 2020 Mr. Olympia? Because I'd absolutely love to see that. And also let me know if you're going to the actual New York Pro, which is actually in Tampa, which is, I don't know if they're going to change the name or just leave it the same. I'm assuming they're just going to leave it as the New York Pro, because formerly it was called the Night of Champions many years ago, but I think they'll keep it as the New York Pro, but in Tampa, which is super, super confusing for many people, and I hope no one's booked their flights to New York, and I'm not sure how it's all going now there with COVID, but I assume it's actually quite bad. But Florida's quite bad as well. Now, another little bit of news as well. I appeared on Muscular Development's Global Muscle Radio with Giles Tiger Thomas just the other day. It went up, so I'm going to put the link in the description of this video as well. And I was basically interviewed by Giles because I'm going on to Muscular Development, doing one video a week on there, covering a certain bodybuilding topic. So my last one that I actually did was on Flex Lewis and if he can win the 2020 Open Mr. Olympia. I've got an excerpt from an interview I did with Jose Raymond, which is actually going up on the channel very soon after this video. And I think the video came out pretty well, got some good views, got some good traction. So Giles had me on his show on Global Muscle Radio, and we basically discussed how I got into it. We compared how he got into the whole bodybuilding media side of things, how I got into it, sort of my past and how long I've been into it, and how I went out of it and came back in, and what I sort of try to put out with my videos and what the process is. So I hope you guys actually get a little bit out of that. And I talk a bit about my family and all that sort of stuff as well, and competing and whatnot too. So head over to Muscular Development, watch that video. The link, like I said, is in the description. If you guys can give that video a thumbs up, comment on there and show some love, that would be much appreciated. And make sure you keep an eye out for my videos that go up on musculardevelopment.com as well, and also obviously on the YouTube channel. So that's it for another video, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for the support and love that I've been getting. So if you do want to support this video even more, give me a thumbs up, smash that like button, also subscribe and hit the notification bell button if you're not subscribed already. That way you'll be notified of every video that goes up for myself, Xavier Wills at Desktop Bodybuilding. We've got bodybuilding news, bodybuilding history, contest previews and predictions, contest reviews, interviews, plus much more. So make sure you do subscribe. So that's it for another video for Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding. Also, one more way, sorry, before I wrap this up, but you can actually support the channel, head to hostile.com and enter Xave10. So it's HOSSTILE.com. Enter Xave10, you'll get 10% off the best apparel and supplements out there. Just check out their ingredients list. The supplements are ridiculously good. So hostile.com, just check out the products, and then if you really like what you see, enter Xave10, XAV10, you'll save yourself 10% off. I'm wearing the blacked out Hostile Cat there, which looks absolutely sick. That's actually my favorite one. I really like that one. So that's it for another video for Xavier Wills, Desktop Bodybuilding. We are out.